Hey there, it's Pete over at Sampleist, and today we are checking out the Homestead Piano by Fracture Sounds. You know it's going to be a great day when Fracture Sounds release a new piano. The Homestead Piano adds to their impressive roster of piano libraries, and this one is just that little bit different. The sample piano in question is the childhood upright piano belonging to none other than Fracture Sounds founder Will Bedford. This library is all about familiarity, character, warmth, and coziness. The Homestead Piano downloads at 6.5 gigabytes and it runs in the free Contact Player. It is also NKS compatible. It's currently on intro offer of £59 and will go up to £79 when the intro offer ends. In this video, we are going to check out the Homestead Piano. What are the sounds out of the box? We're going to give it a little play, a little tickle of the ivories, and then I've thrown it into the all-important composition. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Fracture Sounds for sending over a copy of the Homestead Piano so we can make this video. Of course, while we do get the libraries and instruments for free, it doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, ideas, or judgments on the libraries. We are just hard-working composers giving you our honest opinion. With all that said and done, let's check out the Homestead Piano. And here we have the Homestead Piano from Fracture Sounds. It sounds lovely, so I thought let's not even do an introduction, let's just play it straight out of the box. It sounds great. Now, you get that warmth, that intimate feeling. It sounds great, and I could play that all day long. So let's talk about the piano. Now, it's very, very Fracture Sounds-ish. That sounds really, really bizarre, but they have the Woodchester, they got the Spotlight Piano, the Midnight Grand, Glacier Keys. They all have a very, very similar engine behind it. So we have the different sounds. We've got color, we've got timbre shift, we've got character, we've got atmosphere, intensity. The atmosphere is over here. So if I just play, let's just play a G chord and hold it. Now I can remove the dry piano signal and we can just hear. You can hear the atmosphere underneath it. So we have an atmosphere going on, and of course you can adjust the perspective. Do you want a close sound or do you want a far sound? So that's our close sound. We can go back into the room. I'll play in D again just for context. Okay, so one thing I love about Fracture Sound pianos is that you do have that slider, because I don't like everything sounding too bright and poppy. I like having the ability to kind of dial in my own sound, so that is awesome. And then we've got noise. Now let's talk about noise. We've got key sounds. I'm going to emphasize these. So I can hear the key sound going on there. Let's bring that down. Got the pedal sound. I love the pedal sound. You probably hear my actual pedal underneath my desk going as well. But listen to that rumble. It sounds amazing. So even though it's there, it's not overly intrusive when you're actually playing a passage, which is cool. And then you've got the actual pianist sounds. So let's bring these down. They sound cool. It's kind of like when I'm playing, I'm shuffling on my chair. There we go. Always play two notes at the same time at the top. Yep, very important. It sounds gorgeous. So dialing in all these sounds, obviously I've overemphasized them, but they sound amazing. So we've just been using the standard Homestead piano sound for all of these. And of course, Fracture Sounds always have some extra sounds for us to use. So we've got a balanced piano. Sounds great. And then we have it's bright and something. Do excuse me. Bright and rich. There we go. I won't be doing that for all the presets, but I really wanted to get that one. I'm having to move around the octaves because my microphone is slap bang in the middle of the desk. But listen to the range. So it goes below that C. We've got this low A. In fact, let's just quickly go to balance. And then the higher up to the top A. Guess the movie. They hate this. There we go. Anyway. But yeah, just listen to. Just playing through the octaves. Of course, I had the sustain on, so we had the atmosphere. That sounds awesome. Let's just go to the next one. So cinematic. Let's get the right octave. Excuse the unwanted modulation there, but the cinematic shimmers, sound amazing. Then we've got front and center. You can really hear that hammer sound. Yeah, sounds brilliant. It's funny, my left hand, I can't do a huge amount of movement. Hence a lot of root fifth going on. Then we have, I want to say, Great Plains. I've got to check again. Yeah. So, Great Plains. This sounds big. Just realised all of my examples sound like I am scoring a Hallmark Christmas movie, which is not a bad thing because I do like them. Rainy days, always got to be sad, hasn't it? Went a bit too sad there, and also knocked my mic at the end. A bit too sad for rainy days. There you go, it's less sad and less notes that are out of key. So, always a bonus. But this sounds amazing. I can already think about loads of different places I'll just use these sounds out of the box. Yeah, they sound brilliant. Lovely. And is that spacious? Stratosphere. Beautiful. And then we've got the last one. I want to say Sunday. Sunday school. That can't be right. It is Sunday school. So I do mention my eyes quite often. So if you're new to the channel, I do have slightly degrading eyesight. However, it seems to be getting a little bit better because I can't normally read these. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, but also I said it can't be right because I'm actually on a 6-week holiday from school because I'm a teacher. Sunday school. Anyway, enough about my personal life. Yeah, I was just trying to move around in the thirds there. Goodness, this sounds incredible. Now it's £59. Let's just have a quick talk because that's the instrument. Obviously, we have the response as well, controls you can adjust to your taste. Now, luckily, I use a Control S61 Mark III and everything out the box just sounds amazing. Yeah, it's all very, very playable, so everything is ready for me to go, but you can adjust it to your taste. And then you've got some settings, so you've got sample start if you want to adjust the sort of start of the sample, as it were. A pianist noise density, very cool. And a couple of other controls. So really, it's quite a straightforward instrument. I didn't mention you got these different atmosphere layers as well, which is interesting because on that Sunday school one, they're all turned off. So I was going to bring these in. Did not think this part through. Yeah, so you get some really, really cool pads. And I always say you could use ample sound pianos as pad instruments. Sounds very, very cool. Yeah, so it's a £59 piano. It sounds incredible, and it does have that, like I say, character, that warmth, that familiarity about it, and it sounds brilliant. But playing it, it just feels like a fantastic piano to play. So if I was to go to balanced, it feels brilliant, but of course you can adjust it. So there's timbre shift. Some interesting note choices in there, but yeah, sounds brilliant. And then bring the timbre shift down. Sounds a bit more intimate. The colour, so brighter. and then slightly more muffled, aka cinematic. It just sounds amazing. So yeah, I think it sounds. I don't want to keep saying the word amazing. Oh, I think it sounds fantastic. I think it's great. Just out the box, the way it sounds. You don't really have to tweak too much, but you can tweak lots of different things, different settings. And yeah, let's try it in a composition and see exactly what it sounds like. But yeah, really, really impressed. And that was my composition featuring the Homestead Piano from Fracture Sounds. And it really does transport you back in time. When I was a kid, I had a piano at home. I played more guitar, so I just kind of tinkered with the piano. My brother played piano every day. He's absolutely fantastic, plays live lots now. Absolutely brilliant. And I had that really familiar, that intimate, that cozy piano sound going on while I was composing with it. So I thought that was fantastic. And then I did think, well, I need a backdrop for this piano. So I decided to use some of the Fracture Sounds libraries that I reach for time and time again in my composing work. So we have the Trails cello, and I've used the same patch twice. I've just split them by octaves. It's very, very earthy. It's very nuanced. They just sound brilliant. And they've got Hemisphere, which is their ambient guitar library. Using ambient guitars alongside organic instruments just works so well, especially in modern cinematic underscore. So I have made videos on both Trails and Hemisphere, so do check those out. And then we have Box Factory. Now, I haven't made a video on this yet. It's actually an upcoming video. Box Factory was made quite a while ago, maybe 2 years now, and it was the first percussion library. It was before Tom Factory, and it is a very punchy library featuring boxes, but I've turned it into a pulse driven sub bass. There we go. And then the only non-Fracture Sound library is a cello. I'm not going to name the developer, but I wanted a cello that would add definition to the sound and a little bit of vibrato. Had Fracture Sounds created a solo cello, I'd be using that, believe me, but I don't think there is one to my knowledge. Anyway, let's talk about the Homestead Piano. So it starts off very deliberately with some very defined chords. So let's just solo that. And this is a standard patch. And if I go into the pedals, you can see I've got some very defined pedaling going on. And I love the pedal sound of this library. So it sounds, I'm not going to say disjointed, but it's pedaled for a reason. I did create I'm going to say a custom sound. So I just tweaked some of the effects. I started off with the standard Homestead piano sound, and this kind of fills in the gaps. It sounds beautiful. Now, with the cello going on, Caesar's playing the lower octave. You can hear that room sound, and it really is as simple as playing in a standard triad and then moving the third an octave higher, just to get a nice sort of spread and a bit of movement. And then Box Factory. Box Factory sounds like this. So it's kind of like a heartbeat or a pulse, and really simply just using, in this case, FabFilter Pro Q3, taken a lot of the high end off and the very, very lows, and it just creates this gorgeous pulsy sound. That sounds great. I'm in Box Factory. I'm using the motion controls as well. So yeah, it's a very, very cool library. And like I say, we will be looking at it in a lot more detail shortly or soon. It's on my priority list. Actually, they're all on my priority list. I don't know why I said that. I just, I've got quite a lot of time off. Being a teacher, we get 6 weeks off over in the UK. So I am making lots of videos this summer. There we go. Now, we have a second part coming in. So we got this movement from another Homestead piano. It's playing higher up. And I purposely haven't used the pedal because too much pedal, it's all going to sort of combine into one pedally mess. So together it sounds ace. And then if we add the cello and hemisphere, actually, I don't know why I'm soloing everything, but just hear it in context. It sounds great. And then we have the octave cello and the solo cello coming in. Beautiful. And these cello together, I was going to play from here without the solo one. So really simply, I made them go different directions at the end, and you just get an idea about how you can arrange using trails, but I love the sound of that. Now, we go into the next section, and it's a bit more uplifting. It goes Lydian. And where are we? So if I just solo off here. And some nice secondary dominant activity. And then I've got the Trails cello going on and Box Factory, which just plays all the way through. Beautiful. And then I love the idea, what's going on, so I'll just keep it exactly the same. And you'll notice it's a bit of a palindrome. The outro is very similar to the intro, and it kind of sort of... You got the intro section, you got the middle section, then you got the sort of build-up of the A section, and then it just brings itself down. So I'm just going to jump here to the ending. I'll just finish with a heartbeat and automated fade out on the stereo out, and that is the composition. So really, really straightforward, but again, especially when you're writing underscore, you want to just keep the ideas simple, have room for dialogue, and this really does achieve that. Well, for me, it does anyway. I really like the piece, but I love the sounds that Fracture Sound provide, and that's what makes it really... not just wonderful to compose with. I could say, oh yeah, it's a wonderful instrument. It feels fantastic under the fingers and it's brilliant. But the end product, like the timbre that you get from Homestead Piano, is just ready for the TV screen. And it sounds that good. In terms of processing, I haven't really done much to, enhance the sound. I've put on my typical master chain. It just sounds brilliant out the box. But I could say that for all of the instruments that are featured in this demo from Fracture Sounds. It is now time for my closing thoughts about the Homestead Piano from Fracture Sounds. And I'm going to start this one off with a question. Given that Fracture Sounds make amazing pianos such as the Woodchester, the Midnight Grand, the Spotlight Piano, Glacier Keys, why should you buy the Homestead Piano? And here's the thing, all of those pianos serve a different purpose and they sound different. In fact, in a blind piano taste test, I reckon I could pick out the different sounding pianos. I don't actually own the Spotlight piano, but I have the other ones. I bought the Midnight Grand years ago, the Woodchester. They are just lovely pianos and I've used them a lot. And then the Homestead Piano, it has that familiarity, that coziness, that character, that warmth that you'd associate with a piano in someone's dining room or their music room or their living room at home, and it's part of the furniture, as it were. And the Homestead Piano really does convey all of this. But when it comes to composing with and scoring, because that's what we're going to use it for, out of the box it sounds amazing. You don't have to tweak it, you don't have to do anything with it, just play it, record it, send it to your publisher, boom, move on to the next track. It sounds fantastic. And of course, when you combine it with other libraries, so Fracture Sounds libraries, yes, of course, because they are wonderful, but any other developer, you've got a really, really strong lead piano, and it sounds brilliant. So, of all the pianos Fracture Sounds make, it's just another addition because it is something different compared to the rest on their catalogue or in their catalogue. So, do I recommend it? Yes, I massively recommend the Homestead Piano. If you want that just gorgeous, intimate sound, it is a brilliant piano. But of course, under the fingers, playing it, it sounds fantastic as well. It's a joy to use. It's wonderful to compose with. Really, I cannot speak any more highly of it. All that leaves me to say is thank you once again to Fracture Sounds for sending over a copy of the Homestead Piano so we could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video and of course drop us a comment. We do try and respond to everything that gets left on our channel, and we love the conversation and different dialogue that is going on. Is it a library you're thinking about picking up? It's been out for about a week. Maybe you've picked it up already. I don't know. Let us know your thoughts on the Homestead Piano. And of course, check out our other videos on YouTube. There are lots and lots and lots. There's something for everybody. And then please hit that subscribe button. I do mention this quite a lot, and I always look at the stats because I've got nothing better to do while on holiday. And Yes, we have, I think it's something like 85% now of our viewers are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It really, really supports the channel. It takes 5 seconds for you to do, but it means the absolute world to us. Until next time, have a great day, and then obviously make some gorgeous music. In fact, make the music first, then have a great day. Or maybe have a great day because you made some awesome music. I don't know. Make music. Have a wonderful time. Until next time, take care. We'll speak again soon.